They try to cut me out, but they must have got that I'm a soldier. Yeah, I've been doing all I had, so much weight on my shoulders. Things they got so heavy, it was so hard to hold up. But I'm not built like that. No, I couldn't fold up. Yeah, yeah. It just ain't in me. Everybody got limit. I'm being genuine. I ain't doing it for no image. All praises to the Most High God, and I'ma keep going and give it all I got. Hey, they just wanna see you fall. They don't wanna see you win. You win. The devil real clever. He'll act like he your friend. So show him how strong you are. Don't never been. I know that you know yourself. You know what you did. So just bounce back. Don't make no announcements. It's a long way, but you can make it up that mountain. I had long days. Had to change my wrong ways. Had to open up that Bible. I was on the wrong page. Yeah. But I know what I need to do. I told God I needed you. I was in the dark, yeah, I was blind. But he showed me the truth. Torches on my mind, I'm losing time, so I made a move. Saw the warning signs, know the Lord ain't gonna play with you. They try to cut me out, but they must forgot that I'm a soldier. Yeah, I've been through it all, I had so much weight on my shoulders. Things they got so heavy, it was so hard to hold up. But I'm not built like that, no, I couldn't fold up. Yeah. It just ain't in me. Everybody got limit. I'm being genuine, I ain't doing it for no image. All praises to the Most High God, and I'ma keep going and give it all I got. Yeah, I'm glad I found my way out. I know we gon' pay off. Addicted to God, I ain't taking no days off. When life get heavy, I don't feel like a weight down. You can't give up, it's a test of your faith now. No more moving in the flesh, better check your spirit. And I read you the script, but did you really hear it? Destruction about to come, do you really fear it? I'm talking fervent heat, you don't even get near it. It's your calling, show 'em you all in. Stand up on our 10 and keep enduring to the end. They try to cut me out, but they must forgot that I'm a soldier. Yeah, I've been through it all, I had so much weight on my shoulders. Things they got so heavy, it was so hard to hold up. But I'm not built like that, no, I couldn't fold up. Yeah. It just ain't in me. Everybody got limit, but I'm being genuine, I ain't doing this for no image. All praises to the Most High God, and I'ma keep going and give it all I got.
States and a fight. I was locked up in that world, couldn't find my way. I was looking for word, didn't know what to say. Had so much weight on my back, I had to pray. Pray to God that one day I see better days. I gave up my whole life and they think I'm crazy. I was sinning so long, now I'm done waiting. I'm a prophet of God, yeah, that's how he made me. Found my purpose in life and where I'm gonna take it. Taking it far as I can, they think I'm a plan. The Bible sitting right in my hand, still off of feeling it plan. I'm taking my chance when he said it's up in our land. Babylon, that's a thing of the past. Eternal life, can't wait to see them chariot flying. Taking the back, swinging low out of heathen reacting. Ain't coming back again. The kingdom is falling, it crashing in. Little do they know what happening. Redemption, it coming for all my kin. They thought we were gone, now we back again. We back and you know it's no accident. Read Acts again. I was lost up in this world, couldn't find my way. I was looking for word, didn't know what to say. Had so much weight on my back, I had to pray. Pray to God that one day I see better days. I gave up my whole life, they think I'm crazy. I was sinning so long, now I'm done waiting. I'm a prophet of God, yeah, that's how he made me. Found my purpose in life and where I'm gonna take. I knew that I was a God, felt it way down in my heart. I just wasn't playing my part. I was still walking in darkness.
All praises, everybody. Shalom, Most High in Christ, bless. My name, I'm Officer Nahum, here with IUIC Raleigh, here doing hammer time. Want to give a shout out to the bishops, to the deacons, to the captains, officers, everybody throughout the whole leadership, everybody throughout IUIC. Also give a shout out to Elder Labica. Hey, all praises, a pleasure to hold down hammer time for the people. Okay, let's get the thumbnail real quick. We're going to jump right into it. Show the thumbnail. Okay, so read that right there, my reader.
It says distracted from God in modern times.
Right, so I touched on this topic here, you know, just to show there's a lot of distractions of our people in modern times today, okay? We distracted from the Most High God. Why? You know what I'm saying? Esau got all these different devices, all these different things to show us, to throw us, to keep us astray from keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments, okay? So can you play the thumbnail so everybody can see it? I see that one part of the thumbnail got me looking old as hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, what the heck? I said, I know I'm old. I'm in my 40s or whatever, but dang. Okay, but it's all good. I mean, the thumbnail is still fire. It's still fire. But put it back up real quick. I got to look at something. That one person in the thumbnail, you see in the middle? That's like Officer Hezekiah from IUIC Riley right there. You know what I'm saying? You know, he got the glasses and everything. But it's just a show. If you look at the picture there, you know, you see our people, they get zoned in. They start looking at social media, the fights, all that different type of stuff. I just want to kind of touch on what you see there on the thumbnail. You can read that right there because I can't see that from over here.
So the top image on the right, it says May 8th, 2026, Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson go public.
Right. So that's one little thing that's out there and that's publicized out there for our people. And our people be just hypnotized to that. They like that. They take that in and they just go crazy off that, right? What's the next one?
Next one, it says May 11th, Drake drops Iceman new album.
Right, so Drake got a new album, right? He got a new album out. Now people going crazy for that. They're going to remember that because it falls in on this wicked holiday, right, of, what is it, a Memorial Day weekend. But go ahead, read the next thing.
Next one, NBA 2026 playoff matchups.
Right, so everybody all into the playoffs right now. That's what you be hearing when you go to these barbershops or wherever you go to where a bunch of men are at. What's the next thing?
Says May 19th, ceasefire agreement reached in Middle East after weeks of something.
Yeah, so this is like what we got, the ceasefire over there in the Strait of Hormuz. That's out over there in Iran, between Iran, United States, and Israel, right? The Israelis, that's what I'm going to say. What's that other bottom part there?
May 21st, it says Apple unveils AR contact lens at WWDC 2026.
So you probably have somebody who be in the midst of that probably play video games and all that type of stuff, or who's into IT type of stuff. They be in the midst of that. So let's say if this was like a multiple choice, you know, everybody, they'll pick all the above except for the ceasefire. The ceasefire would be probably the only thing that'd be the most important thing out of all that's listed, okay? So you can put the camera back on me real quick. So right now we get ready to touch on the distracted from God in modern times. So give me that definition, number one, definition of distract. Okay, so, you know, our people, you know, they say different things, but they don't know what they be distracted from. Let me know when you get that up there, IT. Number one, distracted. It's number one A, distract, definition. Stand by, okay. All right, why he get that, you know, it's pretty much we just going into all the different type of distractions that take place. I mean, I couldn't get into everything, but there's some things that's going to take place, that's going to happen, that's going to throw you astray, have you going left and have you going right, and instead of keeping you on that straight path, okay? Let me see here real quick. So we're having a little difficulties here with the IT. Let me see here real quick. Once he can pull that definition up, we'll go ahead and get started. I believe there's some little issue there. But why he's still looking that up? Let's see here real quick. Can you pull that other definition up? You able to pull that one up? The modern times, nothing. Okay, all right. So hey, bear with me there, y'all. Bear with me real quick. We're having a little technical difficulty. So anyways, with that, give me Romans 15:4 real quick. So we'll touch on that. Romans 15:4, you know, because the Bible is a history book and it's a book about modern times. It's future, present, and even in the past. Read what you got.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
So the Bible lets us know whatsoever things were written aforetime, meaning prophecies that was written a long time ago. Our forefathers were given visions from the Most High God, right? They was given visions and they had to prophesy what they saw. They had to speak about what they seen. And this thing wasn't given to them, right? Read on.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
So that we through patience, right? Meaning patience, whatever comes our way, whatever we got to deal with, we got to take it patiently, okay? Because the Bible tells us whenever we come to serve the Lord, prepare our soul for temptation, okay? So read that again.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Right, so whatsoever things written aforetime in the past was written for our learning. Go ahead.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures.
So this is where we get out. We got to have patience, where we're going to seek our comfort from the word of the Lord. Read.
Might have hope.
That we might get the kingdom, right? That's what we're speaking about. So as I was speaking about that aforetime, go to I want 2 Peter 2 and I think 2 and 21 or 2 and 20. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, get that for me real quick. So we're going to show you how the prophets, how they always prophesied, and they didn't come out of their own thought or what they believed. All this thing here it was prophesied of, through the Lord, through the Spirit of the Lord. You got that for me?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
Right, because you hear everybody say, oh, that's your interpretation. You know what I'm saying? That's what you believe, that your interpretation, but we're going to show you this is God's interpretation. So there's no private interpretation. Read.
For the prophecy came not in old time.
The prophecy didn't come in old time by the will of man. Go ahead.
By the will of man, but holy men of God spake as they were moved by the Holy Ghost.
Hear that? Holy men of God. The word holy meaning separate, okay? You separate, severe, cut off. You know what I'm saying? These group of people were separate from everybody else on the planet, okay? The only prophets are the Israelites, for those who don't know, okay? So I guess they got the thing up there for me real quick. Okay, they got it for me. Read that right there about the distract right there. So this is the top part of the title. Go ahead.
This is the definition of distract. It says distracted, distracting, distracts. Number one, to draw or direct something, such as someone's attention to a different object or in different directions at the same time.
Right. So that's one definition to, it's to pull, have you distracted doing this while you on a focus on your mind focus on something else that it needs to be focused on, like these laws, statutes, and commandments, the Most High God. But you being distracted, somebody's trying to pull you away into the left or onto the right instead of you walking that straight and narrow path. Go ahead.
B, it says to turn aside.
To turn you aside.
Divert. Number two, it says to stir up or confuse with conflicting emotions or motives.
Right, because somebody has a motive to keep us down, to make us fall, okay? Right. To stir up or confuse. You got to remember, the God is not the author of confusion. Confusion, that all comes from Satan, okay? That comes from your so-called friendly neighborhood white man, okay? Right. He's all about confusion, okay? Esau. Scroll down a little bit. I think it's a little bit more on there. What does it say? That's it right there. So pull up the other definition there of modern times. It should be a picture, 1B. Let me know when you get that. So just touching on the topic here real quick. Got it? All right. Read what you got.
This is modern times meaning. It says modern times generally refers to the present day or the current historical period of human existence. Right. Categorized by ongoing changes in technology, science, and societal organization.
Right. So letting us know, this is what I'm going into, the modern day times. It happened back then and also it's happening now. Okay. Our people are being distracted. You know what I'm saying? It always been an agenda to keep us off, keep us not focused, so that way we will fail. Matter of fact, I didn't have this in my thing. Give me Judith 5 and 20 and 21, I believe. I didn't have that in my notes, but it just dawned on me. So the Spirit moving in, y'all got bear with us. We had a little technical difficulties or whatever, you know what I'm saying, with IT, you know what I'm saying. It wasn't their fault, but something was bad with the cord. But hey, they fixed it, We on. Read what you got.
This is the book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people.
So this is an Ammonite today, what we call a Japanese man, somebody from Japan or from Korea. They're known as Ammon. Okay, so this person knows our history. You know, he know all about us, and he's saying if these people are in the midst of sin or whatever, you know, if there any error in these people, you know what I'm saying, you can conquer them. But if it ain't, don't mess with them. So read it from the top one more time.
Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
He said, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. So this is their job, is to keep us distracted. All the nations on the earth, okay, all our enemies, their job is to keep us distracted. Read.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Hear that? That's what they know. They said, we can go up, we can overcome them, we can take them. Okay, why? Because God not going to fight for them. Read.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
So now if we are in full righteousness as a people, as a nation, the blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Americans today, read.
Let my Lord now pass by.
He said, you better pass by. You better let them alone. Go ahead.
Lest their Lord defend them and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Hear that? We become a reproach before all the world. So they know this right here. All these other nations know if we mess with them and then and keeping the commandments, they know who they are. Hey, we gonna lose. But if we keep them in the midst of sin, we can always keep them at the bottom. We can always keep them as in a slave mentality, because that's what's going on with our people. We just slaves. Like when you watch the movie The Gremlins, you know, if you see I don't know if you ever watched The Gremlins. You see how the Gremlins were going crazy. They was in the bar smoking, shooting each other, all type of crazy stuff. And that's how they look and view us as a people, as a nation. Okay. With that, go to let me see here real quick, 'cause I had something else. Actually, give me what I want right here. Matter of fact, we'll skip that. Go to that number 2 real quick about the voting rights real quick. Go there real quick. Yeah, number 2. So I just want to touch on this right here. This something here with our people. Our people love politics. They want to vote. You know what I'm saying? That's what this, like the older or I would say the generation that's coming out of college or who don't graduate, they think they educated or status quo type Negro. This is their mindset right here. They love to vote. You got it? Let me know when you're able to pull it up. Yeah, there it go right there. So read that there, right, that title right there.
It says, the Black Caucus is the conscience of Congress. Supreme Court ruling has it bracing for a big hit.
All right, so this Black Caucus is the conscience of Congress, right? It said Supreme Court ruling has it bracing for a big hit, right? So this is going into the voting, right? The black votes, right? So we're going to come right back to this right here. Go to number 3 where it talks about the Black Caucus, because a lot of people don't know what the Black Caucus is. So I want to, show them what that's talking about. Okay, let me know when you pull that up. Read that right there about the Black Caucus.
So this is Black Caucus. It says the Congressional Black Caucus, CBC, is a powerful organization in the U.S. Congress, composed of African-American members of the U.S. House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate. Established in 1971 and led by Chairwoman Yvette Clarke, the CBC currently has an historic 62 members. Its primary mission is to advance the political, economic, and social interests of Black Americans and other marginalized communities.
Right. So I would say this right now today, because right now you notice we ain't really heard nothing from the Black Lives Matter. Go back to that number 2 real quick. So we haven't seen anything from the Black Lives Matter in a long time. So I'm gonna say this right here is going to take over the Black Lives Matter right now. So everybody's looking into this Black Caucus. So they're trying to push us to vote, to get, to do what Edomites do. You know what I'm saying? We already know us awoke, who are really conscious, but those that are woke to the truth, we know this is not going to benefit our people, okay? Right. Scroll down real quick so he can read. All right, read. Yeah, close that out. Read that right there.
It says Black members of Congress are bracing for a crippling shakeup of their ranks after a Supreme Court ruling gutted a key section of the Voting Rights Act. that had protected minority communities in political restricting and helped boost their representation.
Right. So now it's letting you know this is going into us. They taking the voting right. They messing with that. So with our people that like to go and vote for the president or vote for politics and stuff like that, they cutting that thing down. You know what I'm saying? They trying to put us back to the Jim Crow era. But read on.
Wednesday's decision clears the way for Republican-led states to withdraw U.S. House districts without regard to race, potentially creating many more GOP-friendly seats.
Go ahead.
Rep. Yvette Clark, chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, told reporters that its members and Democrats would fight the effects of the ruling. The Supreme Court has opened the door to a coordinated attack on black voters across the country.
They say what? A coordinated attack on black voters, right? Go ahead.
Across the country, Clark said. This is an outright power grab.
Right, said an outright power grab, right? So to let you know, you ain't got no rights. You know what I'm saying? It's still written, you still 3/5 of a human. They still ain't never took that out of the Constitution or whatever they got written up there. So to let you know, you still ain't got no rights, right? So I just wanted to show you that. I want to say I know the leadership touched on this, but to let you know, this thing here is still there, okay? So now go to, I want you to go, actually we'll get some scriptures on this real quick. Go to, read 1 Maccabees 1 and verse 11 real quick. The book of 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 11. And just to show you, you know, the mindset of our people when they want to coexist with the slave master, okay? They want to be just like them. Now, the thing is this, we understand like our forefathers and them, you know, back during the Jim Crow era, they had to fight for equal rights. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have no damn rights. So they had to fight for that to get us to where we at today. But we shouldn't be still fighting for no equal rights. You should understand why we in the position that we in. But go ahead and read that for me.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
So this is a lot of our people today. A lot of our leaders are wicked, right? Because they want money, they want gain and fame. You know, like your Al Sharptons, you know, your Jesse Jacksons and all of them. You know what I'm saying? They'd have been paid off. Okay, they come out and they take the people's money and do people wrong. Go ahead.
Who persuaded many, saying, "Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us."
Because that's what they want to do. All them leaders, they want us to make a covenant, okay, with all the other nations amongst us. That's not amongst us, but around about us. Okay, read.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Right, because once they say, you know what, since we left, you know, we struggling over here. You know what I'm saying? We can't get ourselves together. So we need the so-called white man to help us. Or we need, wherever we scattered at in the four corners of the earth, we need these other nations. But no, we don't need them. We can police ourselves if we put our mind right according to the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
Right. So now, you know, yeah, certain people that got excited about that thing. They was like, you know what, we want to push this. This is what we want to do. We want to work for you, slave master. You know what I'm saying? They want to be coons. They deal with that coonery. Right. So read the next verse real quick.
Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen.
So now they want to, you know, they build gyms and stuff like that, or what do you call it? Coliseums and things of that nature. So our people can fall into the customs of the so-called white man. You know, during this time, this is during the height of the Greek fashions, okay? And also, it rolled right on into just the Roman era. Guess why it's called the Roman Greco era or Greco-Roman era. So these are the same people, Edomites today. You know what I'm saying? That's why they push their sports and all that on us. So with that, go to I want you to go to Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 14 real quick. So just to show you, what does God say about voting? You know what I'm saying? What is his thought process while we here in America, in the land of our captivity? Read what you got.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 17 verse 14. When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me.
Right, because we wanted a king. As you read, you go to the book of 1 Samuel, right? You read in 1 Samuel, our people, you know, they wanted a king set over them. They wanted to be like the other nations at the time, because Samuel was getting older, and his children they were bad. They were out there bad. So they was like, hey, look, hey, Samuel, we don't want, you know what I'm saying? We want a king. We want somebody to rule over us just like the other nations round about us. So the Lord, he allowed that thing to happen, okay? But read on.
Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
Hear that? Whom the Lord thy God shall choose. The Lord would choose who he going to set and point over us as a leader. Go ahead.
From among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee.
Right. So we ain't supposed to set no other nation, no Donald Trump, nobody else that's of another nation to be appointed over us as king, okay? Even no wicked Negro, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who don't keep God's law, statutes, and commandments, you can't set them king over you. You know what I'm saying? You can't set them to rule over you because they're going to rule for themselves, all right? So go to Lamentations 4 and 17. We're going to read through 19. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17 through 19. And just showing you that our people always looking for a nation to save them, okay? Read what you got.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Right. America can't save us. America cannot save us. Even though, like all the other nations, everybody likes them. Everybody, you're not going to say everybody like them, but everybody want them to come because they want that money. Okay, because those other countries are poor, and that money will help their economy out or help them in their own personal pockets. But our people that's sleep and dumbed down to sleep, or who I'm gonna say distracted to the fullest, that got them bird brain eyes that we saw on the on them shades there, on the, on the thumbnail. Hey, that's our people. They want help from the slave master. They love him. Okay, they do anything for him. They will kill their own mama for it to save their slave master. But read on.
They hunt our steps.
So these same people, they hunt our steps. You know what I'm saying? Look what happened to a lot of our people that got lynched. They got hunt, they get killed, their body got dismembered, cut off, and they still can't find certain people's body parts. You know what I'm saying? I forgot the brother's name, forgive me, that happened in Mississippi. Yeah, Rasheed Carter. You know what I'm saying? Then we had another brother in Georgia. He got rolled up in the mat. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna say he rolled himself up. How he gonna roll himself up in the mat? He got down there in Valdosta, Georgia. All that stuff. It's just showing you that these people, they don't care about you. They shoot us down, hunt us down, and kill us. But go ahead.
They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
For our end is come, okay? Did you read all the way through 19?
Not yet.
Go ahead.
Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven.
Hear that? It said our persecutors are swifter than the eagles. That's the America symbol, or that's the symbol of the so-called white man. No matter where he's at in Europe, they always had the eagle as a symbol, okay? So he's swifter as the eagle. Eagle's a bird of prey. Go ahead.
They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness.
So they laid wait for us in the wilderness, okay? So now give me number 4. Number 4. So this right here also goes into what we just talked about here, about the Black Caucus right here. So now the Black Caucus said this. I saw this early this week. So this is what they said on once you pull it up. This is what they're talking about here. They're talking about doing a boycott, right? So we'll read a little bit on this. Read that right there.
It says the NAACP calls for boycott of Southern college sports programs over voting rights.
So you got to look at that. You know what I'm saying? So now they looking to like, you know what? Since we can't vote, you won't let us vote, and you want to stop our votes. We're gonna boycott the college sports, the college basketball, NCAA or NCAA football. Those things are big and known on TV. A lot of our people watch those sports during the fall season, football. Then you got the early winter season. You know what I'm saying? So our people are real big on that, on these sports. So they saying, you know what, we can boycott this thing here. But if they get their voting rights, guess what? They still want to vote. They're still going to fall back to sleep. But go ahead and scroll down so he can read that.
It says, Washington AP. The NAACP and Congressional Black Caucus are calling on black athletes and fans to boycott the athletic programs of the public universities in states that are taking steps that the nation's oldest civil rights group says are restricting black voting rights.
So that's their agenda. They like, hey, we can't vote, and guess what? We're gonna do something here to stop the sports, the college sports. Okay, go ahead.
Launched on Tuesday, the NAACP's Out of Bounds campaign urges current and prospective black athletes, their families, alumni, and fans to withhold athletic and financial support from major public universities in states that have moved to limit, weaken, or erase black voting representation.
Right. So this is what they're hoping for, right? So you got to think about this. You know, you got those young college players, right? Now they're getting paychecks. You know what I'm saying? Some of them getting paychecks, you know, just like the NBA. They getting paid, you know, and if they stop playing, they're not going to make no money. So, but you think they're going to side with them? I guarantee that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But matter of fact, hold that right there. Go to Amos 3:3 real quick. We're going to show you something real quick. The Bible speaks about this right here. So because like you got one group right here saying, you know what, we want to stop the black college basketball players or college football players from, you know, playing sports in these white colleges, right? But we're gonna show you what their mindset is at, because they want money. You guys remember, they're coming from the streets, and you know, I ain't gonna say from the streets, but they're coming from, you know, I'm gonna say like just regular families. You know what I'm saying? Low income family or middle class money. That ain't nothing. But read what you got.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
So the Bible says, can two individuals walk together except they be agreed, okay? I mean, they got to be on the same mindset, same accord in order for them to come to an agreement. You know, so this is what they're hoping for, but it's not going to happen because it's two different groups. You got an older group that's dealing with voting, then you got a young crew that's just coming up. They're coming out of high school or whatever, you know, in college, and they're getting paid their little money. You know what I'm saying? They're looking to try to make it to the professionals, you know, the NBA or to the NFL, so on and so forth, you know, soccer league, you name it. But go back to the thing, you know what I'm saying, that we had set up. Got it. All right, finish reading that.
It says, paragraph 3, if black athletes participate in the boycott, it could deplete rosters for powerhouse football and basketball programs across the Southeast Conference and Atlantic Coast Conference.
Right, so it's going into the SEC and the ACC, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's talking about. That's two big known basketball and football conferences here in the South. Okay, go ahead.
The NAACP's campaign calls out Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, and South Carolina as states to boycott.
Right, so they're going into those southern states, those deep southern states right there, you know what I'm saying? That's being affected by this voting thing, okay? Go ahead.
Arguing that the athletic programs of these states, major universities, are especially reliant on black athletic talent and should protect black political interests.
Go ahead.
NAAC President Derek Johnson, during a news conference in front of the U.S. Capitol, accused Republican-led southern states of seeking to reinstitute a sharecropping reality.
Hear that? That's where they want to put us back in them fields. That's what a sharecropper is. You out there picking tobacco, that's down here in North Carolina, Virginia, or you out there picking that cotton down there in Georgia, Mississippi, and Louisiana and stuff. You know, hey, but you in the Caribbeans, and that's in Puerto Rico, you know, the Kingdom Brothers and stuff, y'all picking sugar cane, okay, and bananas and plantains and stuff, mangoes. So that's what they want to put us in those fields again. They said this is the only way we can make America great again. Okay, we put them Negroes, the Hispanics and Native Americans, put them in the damn field. Okay, but go ahead, read.
Seeking to reinstitute a sharecropping reality by recruiting black athletic talent to play for flagship universities, while limiting, in his view, our ability to elect candidates of our choice.
Go ahead.
The ACC, CEC, Florida State University, the University of Alabama, 4 historically black college and university conferences. The SWAC,
they call it SWAC, the MEAC, and the SEAC, and the CIAA.
CIAA, the chapter members of the National African American Athlete Alliance in both Texas and Florida, did not return the Associated Press request for comment.
Hear that? They did. So they let you know those people didn't say nothing back. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because they're not in agreement. You know what I'm saying? They gotta come together in order to make that thing work. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, like you said, we ain't supposed to be playing those sports and all that stuff. We're not supposed to be in the midst of that. I mean, it could be a good boycott if everybody's mindset is in the right state of mind. But everybody's mindset is not right. Everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to get rich. Okay, so they stuck in sports because that's what our people love. That's a big distraction, major distraction to the younger generation and to our older generation. Okay, read on.
It says the NAACP is among groups responding to a wave of gerrymandering in the aftermath of a U.S. Supreme Court ruling that winnowed a key provision of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Johnson repeatedly noted that black athletes have been a core engine of the college sports business, which drives billions in TV deals, revenue, and representational prestige.
Right, hear that? So they always depend on us. Why you think? I know y'all seen the movie. Some of you who are older probably seen the movie Blue Chips that you had with Shaquille O'Neal. He played in the movie. You know, probably one of his first movies that he played. And the Blue Chips, you know, was showing you how all the top recruits and you know, all them that came out of college and they was getting paid all this money. You know what I'm saying? They got. I forgot another movie they had with Omar Epps, where he played a football star. Dang, I can't remember it. But maybe it'll come back to mind. But he played in the movie there, and the show I know he got hurt in the movie, but it goes into all that type of stuff, you know, with basketball, with football, and this shows is always the black man or Hispanic man, you know, somebody of color, you know what I'm saying, that play very well sports, and they come and look for us. They be recruiting us straight out of ghetto in the slums. They come get us, man. They be like, hey, we need them. We want him to play for us. Okay, so read that next part right there.
It says, black athletes should not be asked to generate wealth, prestige, and power for state institutions, while those same states strip political power from black communities.
Right,
Johnson
hear that?
said.
So they strip power from black communities, right? So let's see here real quick. Go to, let's do this real quick. Let's scroll down. I want you to give me number 10 real quick. Number 10 with gladiators, okay? Because that's what today's modern day sports is about, the gladiators, theater, and ancient Roman entertainment. Okay, this is where that stuff comes from. This is going to be number 10. I have to get you to jump around on my notes. Let me know when you got it pulled up right there, because that's what our modern day sports and stuff is. So you're going to read that there for me there, Ozias.
Yes, sir. It says gladiators, theater, and ancient Roman entertainment.
So that's what you got to remember. America today is Rome right here. Rome was healed. Rome was injured. It was wounded, and it came back in power. So America is ancient Rome. You know what I'm saying? Rebirth and spiritually Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And Sodom. All that stuff all in one great melting pot. That's why they represent the eagle. That's why you see those columns and stuff like that, like you see when you go to Washington, D.C. or within the downtown cities of the cities and states you live at. Okay, everything's based off the Greco-Roman. But read that.
It says, in our modern day world, we're constantly inundated with different entertainment mediums, whether it's a flashy Instagram post on your feed or the latest star-studded blockbuster to hit the theaters. There are endless outlets to satisfy your dopamine levels.
So they want to make you feel good. That's what your dopamine does. It makes you, whenever you done something or you got off or whatever, that fills up your dopamine that goes into your brain. Okay, go ahead.
Travel back a couple thousands of centuries earlier to ancient Rome. And you would also find that the Romans had a knack for staying entertained.
Hear that? They had a thing about staying entertained. So, you know, just like that movie Gladiator, you know, when he yelled at, "Are you entertained? Are you entertained?" So that's what that's going into. That was what they did, and this is what they still doing today. Okay, you being entertained when you watch television. Okay. If you watching TV or if you're on your internet on your phone, you're scrolling, you're being entertained. But go ahead.
Albeit with a slightly more violent edge. Over at the Circus Maximus in Rome, you could discover charioteers chasing for first place in high-speed races.
So that today sound like, what is it, NASCAR, Formula One, all that. So they was racing. They was doing that. You see somebody going around in a circle. Same thing. You see them, they racing in the circle all day, you know what I'm saying, to get who going to get the first place. in NASCAR. So in NASCAR, I want to say originated here in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Through moonshine and stuff like that. Running from the cops. But go ahead.
Or in the Coliseum, flocks of people would gather to watch undaunted gladiators spar in menacing battles.
Right, so they watching them spar and battle. So today, modern gladiators, you watching football. You see them in the arena, right, the football arena or the football stadium. They out there, they got football pads on, they tackling each other, slamming each other. Same thing in hockey. They got the same pads, they be hitting each other, fighting, all that foolishness, you know what I'm saying? But read on.
So where did the Romans acquire such fascination with sport and spectacle? Turns out they took a lot of inspiration from the Greeks.
From their forefathers, the Greeks, right? Because before it was the Greeks, then you had the Romans. The Romans branched off the Greeks, okay? So go ahead. So they learned this from them. Go ahead.
Who were distinguished for their athletics, a fact that was put on display at the first Olympic Games in 776 BCE. While the Romans did not carry on the Greek Olympic tradition, they adopted their own styles and influences to these sports and even created some of their own.
Hear that? So they took it and advanced it and enhanced that thing to something great. I mean, to them, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause look, we all get entertained. We all get caught at sometimes. You be like, hey, what's going on here? You looking, hey, it's going to grasp your attention. Some of us, we grew up watching basketball. Like I ain't gonna lie, I used to be a big college basketball fan. I was a big Tar Heel fan, and I liked football, all that stuff. From time to time, you may look, let me see what's going on and how they doing in what's their record and stuff like that. But I can't watch a full whole game like I used to back then. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's all praises to the Most High that I'm not addicted to that thing like that. But a lot of our people idolize these sports right here. They can tell you everything about a certain player, how many points he scored, what he ate last night, what he did. They know all this stuff, all these stats about this person. I can ask them, man, what did you do 2 years ago? Damn, I don't know. But this is the conversations that you hear at your barbershops, you hear on your jobs, all that stuff. Our people, they bugged out their mind. I'm like, bro, you idolize a man or you idolize this woman. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. Read, scroll down so you can read a little bit more. Read that right there.
Gladiators. Who were gladiators? Gladiators were trained combatants who fought in public spectacles during the time of the Roman Republic and Roman Empire.
So hold that right there. You got to remember who was ruling during the time of Christ. That was the Roman Empire. Christ was doing the Roman captivity, okay? So this stuff here was taking place. Guess who these gladiators were? Back then, that was us, because we the gladiators today. Who can out jump Michael Jordan and jump from the free throw line and all that stuff? Yeah, you might have a white boy. He can jump from the free throw line, but it look ugly. He can't make it look nice and pretty like Jordan did. You know what I'm saying? You know who can you know what I'm saying, run fast with the football and all that. You got this same people, these same souls and spirits were the same ones back then, okay? That was the gladiators. But read that for the top again.
Gladiators were trained combatants who fought in public spectacles during the time of the Roman Republic and Roman Empire. Contrary to popular belief, not all gladiators were enslaved people.
That's it, contrary to belief, but they were. Go ahead. But we'll say maybe you might have some that probably wasn't, but for the most part, even if you watch the movies, they show you a lot of them were slaves. We know because they were us. Go ahead.
Although the majority of them tended to be. Convicted criminals would enter gladiator training, and records also suggest that some freed citizens volunteered to become gladiators. However, this was not as common. Even emperors could fight as gladiators, and as was the case with the infamous Emperor Commodus, who was portrayed by Jacqueline Phoenix in the 2000 blockbuster film Gladiator.
That's that movie Gladiator that y'all see. We go ahead on to drop that right there. I didn't realize the time. The time went by quick. But we'll pull some scripts here real quick. Let's go here real quick to where we was at here. Go to 2 Maccabees 4 and verse 7 real quick. The book of 2 Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 7. Yeah, I'm gonna show you all this stuff takes place. All this stuff is history right here. And the Bible is Black, Hispanic, and Native American history. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Maccabees chapter 4 verse 7. But after the death of Seleucus, when Antiochus, called Epiphanes, took the kingdom, Jason, the brother of Onias, labored underhand to be high priest.
Right, so this guy labored underhand. He was doing some underhand things to become high priest, okay? He was doing some wicked stuff. Go ahead.
Promising unto the king by intercession 360 talents of silver, and another revenue 80 talents.
Right, so he like, I could give you money, I could pay you. He bribed the king in order for him to become high priest. He wasn't supposed to be high priest. It wasn't in his bloodline to do that. Go ahead.
Because this he promised to assign 150 more, if he might have license to set up a place of exercise.
Hear that? So for a place of exercise, this is a gym right here, or this is a place where you go work out, you know, where you what do you call it, a stadium or a arena, all this stuff. This is a place of exercise for sports, okay? Go ahead.
And for the training up of youth in the fashions.
Hold on, it said the training up of what?
Of youth.
So you remember they was talking about, you know, we got to get these black players, you know what I'm saying, that play basketball and football primarily. Those two sports is what it's referring to, okay? Because it's big. That's big sport, big known sports that everybody pay a lot of attention to, and they starting to pay the college players a lot of money. So now, but it's all dealing with our youth, our younger generation that's caught up in the Greek fashion. Go ahead.
In the fashions of the heathen, and to write them of Jerusalem by the name of Antiochians.
That was they name. The team name was the Antiochians. They were named after the king here. Okay, go ahead.
Which, when the king had granted, and he had gotten into his hand the rule, he forthwith brought his own nation to the Greekish fashion.
See that he brought his own nation to the Greekish fashion. He got everybody swivel. Hey, you can make money. You can do this right here. You become famous. This is what they tell us. You know what I'm saying? When the recruiters and them come and they start talking to them, hey, they, you know, so they push that thing. Then the parents, you know what I'm saying? Our parents would you know what I'm saying, intrigue them. Yeah, you can play this game because they looking to get rich off of you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, you know, because they couldn't do it, now they pushing you to do it. Go ahead.
And the royal privileges granted of special favor to the Jews by the means of John, the father of Eupolemus, who went ambassador to Rome for amity and aid, he took away, and putting down the governments which were according to the law. So
according to the law, statutes, and commandments, now he's changing the laws that were set up for the Jews at this time, okay? He's trying to make everything so we can, at this particular time, all of us will conform to the Greekish fashions. Go ahead.
He brought up new customs against the law.
Dang, go ahead.
For he built gladly a place of exercise.
He said gladly. He gladly did that thing. I mean, he loved that thing. That thing, he was like, yeah, man, we about to do this thing here. Shoot, I don't believe in God. I don't care about that. I want this money. Okay, that's what his mindset is at. That's what's wrong with your pastors today. But go ahead.
He built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself, and brought the chief young men under his subjection, and made them wear a hat.
So why you think today when you see them, when they go through the draft, they put on a hat? You see them with the Chicago Bulls hat on. You see them when they're football, they got the Dallas Cowboy hat on. You know, that's what they wear. That's what they do. That come all the way back to ancient Greece and Rome, okay? This is what they did. Make them put a hat on, okay? What we at? Read on.
Verse 13. Now such was the height of Greek fashion.
Okay, this was the height. This was the top tier of the Greek fashions. Go ahead.
An increase of heathenish manners.
The heathenish manners right here. Okay, because them Greeks, they were homosexuals and stuff, man, and they like to do stuff naked. They was intrigued of the human body. Go ahead.
Bruh. Through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch, and no high priest.
Hear that? The ungodly wretch and no high priest right there. Read on.
That the priests had no courage to serve any more at the altar, but despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, has hastened to be the partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise.
So the unlawful allowance, I mean, he was getting paid, man. They were paying him big time. He was making big time money, pimping out. You might say he a pimp because he making money off the younger generation to make them play on these teams. Go ahead.
after the game of discus called them forth.
You see that game discus, I think they still do that in the Olympics, okay? Go ahead.
Not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
So they like the glory of the Grecians best of all. That's their mindset. Like, you know what? We like this. We want to do what the white man does. And we like the money that they make, okay? That they paying us. That's what their mindset is at. All right, I'm gonna touch on a few. I want you to go to number 5 real quick. We're gonna touch on number 5 real quick. So in the news here, you know what I'm saying, there's something local news here in North Carolina. This is about the Lumbee tribe, the Lumbee Indians here in Lumberton, North Carolina. I'm gonna just say Robeson County, North Carolina. Okay, so they go ahead and read that right there.
This is Lumbees set election date for vote that would clear way for casino in southeastern North Carolina.
Right. So their mindset, they want to have a casino. You know what I'm saying? They not, you know, they got read the, I'll tell you what, I don't want to say it. Just read that other part below.
It says the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina gained federal recognition late last year after decades of unsuccessful attempts. A constitutional amendment would give the tribal council authority to regulate gambling.
Right, so authority to regulate gambling. So they fought many years in order to get their federal recognition. Okay, and the reason why they wasn't getting it was because the Cherokee tribe that was out west, right? They were hating on them. They didn't want them to get their federal recognition because that they would have took away from them, you know, out there, because they're way out in the mountains of North Carolina, like close to Tennessee. And you know, who gonna drive all the way out to the mountains, you know what I'm saying, just to go to the casino? So they didn't want them to get a casino because they set up in a good location to put a casino at. But we're not saying the casino was good, you know what I'm saying? It's a bad thing because a lot of our people will get distracted from gambling. Okay, it's a what do you call it? An addiction. You start gambling and you get messed up, mess your livelihood up. Scroll down real quick. All right, read that.
The Lumbee tribe of North Carolina will vote next month on constitutional amendments that could pave the way for a casino on tribal land in southeastern North Carolina.
Scroll down. Read that.
The tribal council voted last month to put several changes to the Constitution on the ballot, just months after receiving long-sought federal recognition. The tribe has territory in Robeson, Hoke, Scotland, and Cumberland counties.
All right, I want you to, so it mentioned those counties there, right? Cumberland counties, we right here in the same county, Fayetteville. There's a lot of Lumbees here too as well. I want you to scroll down to that blue highlighted part. Read that part right there.
The Lumbee bought 240 acres of land off Interstate 95 in Robeson County late last year. The tribe paid at least $6 million for the land, which could be used for a casino. Right.
So we're not going to read all of that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can read that on your time. But it's letting you know, that's prime real estate right there, right off of I-95. So a lot of people don't know. You see where you see North Carolina on the map on the East Coast on 95. You got Florida down there on the south, and then that's 8 hours down. You could be in Orlando, or you go a little further down to be in Miami, right? These are big cities that's down the way. Or you go up north, you got New York, Philly, and all that stuff. Hey, it's middle grounds right there. So they looking, all them people gonna come there and go gamble. You know what I'm saying? And they talking about as you read in that on that article right there. The more you read in there, it mentions it said a casino/resort. Okay, so now you got the resort that bring the sports and stuff in there. You're gonna have boxing and all that, everything that take place that happens that you see at these big time casinos. So right now, that's what they're talking about doing. And with that, a lot of our people, they got this mindset. I want you to go to 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10 real quick. 1 Timothy 6 and 10, and we're gonna read through 11. When you get it, read it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you got it.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
So let us know the love of money. I want to get rich. I want to hit the jackpot right there, because right now there's a lot of little sweepstakes that we have here in North Carolina. There's a lot of little places people go to. They go sit there all day. They gamble and all that. So now when you get this casino, they're going to have food. They're going to have drinks. The more you gamble, you pay to gamble, they give you free drinks. So now you sitting there, you drinking, you sipping. Next thing you know, you drunk. You just going at, you just doing this right here. You hypnotized, don't even realize you done been in the casino all day, and wasted all your money, broke. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just showing you this is what happened. But go ahead, read on.
For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith.
Hear that? A lot of people covered after this and have erred from the faith, okay? You know, they get distracted. Even our people that's in this truth, you know what I'm saying? If they had a gambling issue before, they could possibly be tempted to fall into this right here. This is a strong spirit right here to want to get rich. Did you read verse 11?
Not yet.
Go ahead.
It says, and pierce themselves through with many sorrows. But thou, O man of God, flee these things.
Hear that? Said, man of God, flee these things. Don't be participating in that stuff. I mean, nothing wrong with you gamble or whatever. You know your limit, because it's like alcohol. You know what I'm saying? You can play, it's a game, but do not get addicted. But if you had a problem prior before with gambling, I advise you don't even fool with it. Don't even. You drive by, put some shades on, don't even look at it. Let somebody else drive until you pass by that exit, and then you can switch driver seats or whatever. But don't play with that, okay? So go give me Proverbs 13 and 11 real quick. Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 11. Whenever you get it, just go ahead on and read that bad boy.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished.
Right, so wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished. So let's say you do hit the jackpot, you get rich. A lot of people has gotten rich and made money. And what they do, they blow their money. Be back poor again. Another year or two, that money go fast. You know what I'm saying? They blow money fast. But read on.
But he that gathereth by labor shall increase.
But if you earn it the right, you pay, you get your money right, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna take care of that money. You know what I'm saying? You get the increase if you're doing it right. But don't focus on the gambling. Go to Proverbs 28 and 20. Okay? So these are more scriptures here that talks about, about getting rich and stuff like that. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 28, verse 20.
Uh-huh.
A faithful man shall abound with blessings, but he that maketh haste to be rich shall not be innocent.
So he that maketh haste to be rich shall not be innocent. Why? Because you trying to rush to get that money. You do anything. A lot of people, you'll have I've seen some places, man. You see people hanging out there, they don't waste all their money. They'll do anything to get some money from you. To go there to gamble and get back broke again. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Or people go and they get drunk. They go there, they'll sell their car just to get a little money, just to go gamble. But that's to show you how strong that addiction is, okay? Dang, I know I'm running out of time here. So I tell you what, let's see here real quick. Go to, let me see what I had here. Let's go to that the bike week thing. Pull that up real quick. You got that article? It's coming up? Okay. So here's a major distraction here in, I'm going to say this in the Carolinas, in North Carolina, South Carolina, even Georgia, Florida, Virginia, Maryland, you name it. People traveling all over the world to go to this thing here this weekend. Read that right there.
Black Bike Week.
Black Bike Week right here, okay? So we got this thing here going on right now. Right now, everybody headed down to the beach, to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, to get it in, okay? So, you got all these crotch rocket type bikes, right? So read that right there. We're going to read it.
Black Bike Week, also called Atlantic Beach Bike Fest, Black Bikers Week, and the Black Pearl Cultural Heritage and Bike Festival is an annual motorcycle rally in the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina area, held on Memorial Day weekend.
That's this weekend right here, right? This thing going to be huge, man. I mean, it show you about how many people. Hey, go up real quick. Scroll up just a little bit. You see that? See that right? It said participants. What did that say?
350,000.
It said 350,000. That's just a small. That's just small right there. They're talking about 400,000 or plus. You know what I'm saying? They don't really even know because there's so many people. That line going to be long all the way from I-95 cutting down there to go down to the beach. You know what I'm saying? And this place is only like an hour and a half, 2 hours from where we at right now. I'm talking about that I-95 is probably backed up. But scroll down and we're going to finish reading on this.
It says, is an annual motorcycle rally in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina area held on Memorial Day weekend called a one-of-a-kind event and an exhibitionist parade by Jeffrey Gentleman. Black Bike Week is all about riding, styling, and profiling, in the words of Mayor Irene Armstrong of Atlantic Beach, South Carolina.
So this is, just let you know, because you got Black Bike Week, and then the week before, prior, was, they call it Harley Davidson Week. That's going into Esau, okay? So go ahead.
So it is the largest African-American motorcycle rally in the United States. Attendance has been variously reported as 350,000, 375,000, and as high as 400,000. It is considered the third or fourth largest motorcycle rally in the United States. Around 10-15% of motorcyclists in the U.S. are women, while at major African-American motorcycle rallies, such as Black Bike Week or the National Bikers Roundup, women make up close to half of the participants.
Yeah, so women make up half of the participants. So go ahead. What did I say there?
From 1940 until 2008, Myrtle Beach has also hosted a predominantly white motorcycle rally called Harley Davidson Week.
You hear that? So that's the white side of it right there. They have the week prior. Go ahead.
Called the Spring Carolina Harley Davidson Dealers Association, CHDDA rally. The two rallies have usually run consecutively, but because of unequal city policies, such as different traffic rules and greater policing during Black Bike Week.
So that there's a difference there right there. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference of how they treat the white bikers versus the black bikers, okay? And they're like right now, you could have probably went there last week and probably made, they made up the prices on the lodging. But right now, for one, I'm talking about one Roach Motel, it'll cost you $1,000 a night. Can you imagine that? Why they're up? They do all that stuff. You can't use the bathroom at at certain facilities, so on and so forth. But now all these businesses and stuff, they make money off of our people every year. Every year they make big time money. You got to think about it. That number, if you got about 400, anywhere from 200 something thousand people, that's the size of a I ain't gonna say, that's the size almost of a medium sized city. You know what I'm saying? Actually, kind of a major city. That's the size, the population wise. So if you got 400,000, that's the size of two. That's almost two big major cities. You know what I'm saying? Put together at one time. So now just imagine now you got the black caucus and the voters or whatever. Why don't you tell the black folks there? Why don't they strike that? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you put a strike on that? And I guarantee you that whole city, because they all bank their money every year that all our people gonna go down there. So you're gonna have a lot of blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Americans, because the Lumberton is an hour from that place. Them Lumber Indians gonna be right there too. Okay, so imagine all our people say, you know what, we ain't even going down there this year. Don't you know that economy will be jacked up off that right there, because they was banking on that money. But our people are not in the right mindset, okay? So I'm going to throw a couple scriptures here for that right there. Go to what I want here. Go to Revelation 18 and 4 real quick. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4. Just to show our people, you know what I'm saying, we gotta come out of this stuff right here, this madness right here. Go ahead and read what you got.
Revelation chapter 18 verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
So the Lord telling us, come out of America, come out of Babylon the Great, and be not partakers of her sin. Don't be a partaker of Bike Week, okay? Don't be a partaker of college football, all that stuff, even voting and all that. Don't get caught up in the mix of their politics. Come out of that. All the social media fighting, everything, the video games, you name it, gambling, porn, all that. Come out of that. Read.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
He said, and you receive none of the plagues that's going to take place on that place. Because if you get touched with that, you become part of that. Go to Romans 13 and 12 real quick. We're going to read through 14. Romans 13 and 12 through 14. Once you get it. Because, we gotta wake up. It's high time to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Start at verse 11.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Right, so now it's high time to wake up. You got to wake up, black man, Hispanic man, and Native American man. Come up out of sleep. Why? The sleep that it's talking about right now, what I'm getting into here, is the distraction right there. Okay, go ahead.
The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness.
This is the works of darkness right here. Is America right here. This is the works of darkness, the witchcraft, and all that evil and stuff that they got going on. Go ahead.
And let us put on the armor of light.
And let us put on the commandments. That's Proverbs 6 and 23. Go ahead.
Let us walk honestly, as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness.
Hear that? We can't walk in rioting and drunkenness right now. That's what's going on down there in Myrtle Beach today. They're going to be drunks. They're going to be fighting, shooting, all type of crazy mess. Go ahead.
Not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envy.
So all that stuff take place. People get robbed. People get their bikes taken, their cars robbed. People get set up. Everything happened bad out there. Go ahead.
But put ye on the Lord Jesus Christ, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
All right, to fulfill the lust thereof. Okay, I see right now is my time right here, y'all. This is about an hour right here in. And I hope y'all, brothers and sisters, gain something from it. I did have more on here, but, Lord's will, hey, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all get the message. Don't be distracted. Get the thumbnail real quick. Play the little thumbnail one more time. That's us being distracted. It said distracted from God in modern times. Again, my name, I'm Officer Nahum with IUIC Raleigh. I hope y'all gain something from this right here. Again, shout out to the leadership, to the bishops, deacons, and the captains. Hey, I appreciate this. Hey, all praises to the Most High. Hey, with that, y'all, happy Sabbath. Hey, hope y'all, be safe. All those that's traveling, say be safe travels, Godspeed. And with that, we say shalom, Most High in Christ bless.
Get 'em, holy the visual. This moment is pivotal, clear like a digital. Phonies can't copy originals. We the first on the earth in the physical. You still in our image is criminal. All your hatred is known and is visible. We breaking the mold of traditional. You Negroes are mythical, more like a biblical miracle. Bringing the fire, dismiss of the trade. Crafting the image they try to evade. We spray from the bottom, the roots of the braid. Fruits of the tree, we ain't throwing no shade. Our brothers are dying, ain't no use in lying. The damage is seen on the news coverage. The reason we sleeping, ignoring the horror, cause we don't see God when we see each other.